Hello, Kirsty back again. Today I want to talk to you about a new project I am working on in addition to my own blog and to Bookish Brits called Middle Grade Strikes Back. Middle Grade Strikes Back is a collaborative blog set up by Darren, who runs Books Only for Boys, to talk about middle grade books. For those of you who don't know, middle grade books are books aimed at children aged between 7 and 13, and often they're books that they are blogged about but not as much, and the whole idea of this blog is to get a bit more sort of attention on these books, which are generally awesome. I myself don't read huge amounts of middle grade books because I prefer to read YA, but actually I say I prefer to read YA. Everything I've read of late of middle grade I've adored, probably more than some of the YA books I've read. And what I want to do today, in honour of Middle Grade Strikes Back being here among us, is talk to you about middle grade books I love. So, here we go. First series I love is this one. This is Violet and the Pearl of the Orient. It's the first book by Harriet Whitehorn, and Becca Moore is the illustrator, and it's brilliant. It's got mystery elements. It feels like an Enid Blyton book that's set in modern times, and it's just brilliant. My favourite bit is, as you go through, is all the brilliant illustrations. And they're just charming. They're just wonderful. The second book is out next month, called Violet and the Hidden Treasure, and I love that one too. And next one series is the Penny Treadwell series. I think this is the second book. I might be being dim. No, I've said this. But I really love this book and this series by Christopher Edge. It's set in Victorian times. It's got an awesome girl heroine as the lead, and it's just super. I like it a lot. Well worth looking all through. All three books are good. It's a while ago since I read them, so I don't really remember what order they go in, but they are just epic, all of them. Another book that I love, and a series I love, is this one. P series is all based around a little girl called P. The first one's P's Book of Best Friends. This was actually brought to me by my best friend, and then she wrote me a little note that made me cry a little bit inside. And then openly, but never mind, it was the best. And this series is just wonderful. It's really thoroughly diverse in the characters and the family set up, and it's just wonderful. It's just lovely. I've read the first one and the second one, and they have the third one coming, and I can't wait. Yeah, brilliant. Another series I love, because I love Laura Duckwell's Darcy Burdock. Darcy's just wonderful on every level, and quite honestly, I wish I'd been as cool as her at that age and as lovely as her. She has a pet lamb called Lambeth. And she's just wonderful. You're in for a real treat if you've not read this. I'd imagine a lot of people have read it because Laura's just done so much work to try and promote it. Definitely worth a look. She's brilliant. Another one I love, not a series this time, is The Bubble Wrap Boy by Phil Earle. Again, it's another one that's really touching, but it's got this more sort of deeper side, which is really sweet as well. Really funny, and it's just brilliant. I love it. I just love it. Oh, Charlie. These little bubble wrap ones. It's just good. Another book that I found last year or the year before, I lose track, which I got as a proof because Non sent it my way via Liz at Catnip. You all know I love Catnip. Was this book, Girl with a White Dog by Anne Booth. It is tremendous. It is honestly just the best thing in the world. It's so diverse. It's really current in the way it talks about politics and people and the way they are, and it's just wonderful. And if I had any book I'd want to buy multiple copies for people just to give them away, it would be this book. It's so underrated but so wonderful. It's definitely worth a look. Finally, a book that I really love is John Boyne's The Terrible Thing That Happened to Barnaby Brocket. It's just beautiful. You just want to take Barnaby home and love him because it's just wonderful. It talks about difference, and it's just the best. You just need to buy this book and love it entirely. So, they are some of my favourite middle grade books. I could probably have picked another half a dozen because I found so many that are brilliant. If you get a chance, check out Middle Grade Strikes Back, because there's all kinds of brilliant stuff by all kinds of different people, authors and bloggers and that sort, so it's really, really interesting to see different people's points of view. I'll put the link down below so you can have a look.